Oh, yeah. What up? 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 And welcome to another week of Journey of a Jackass. And I am your host with the most, Daya Shakur. That's right. Everybody gonna give it up one up. Ooh, wee, ooh, wee. All right, y'all. Now, last week was a good week, successful week and everything. So the video didn't upload. The file kept corrupting. So I'm sorry I couldn't get you our episode last week. Now, let me tell you, right? I don't know what's been going on. You know what I'm saying? I have author Miss Belly on here tonight, and she says Mercury retrograde maybe, but my computer failed on me on Monday. So everybody knows I record a sports show on Mondays. I was in the middle of getting statistics. Boom, computer just crashed, right? So it's in the shop. But you still gonna get a show this week. You know what I'm talking about? You still gonna get a show. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody had a good forward weekend, stuff like that. Stayed out of trouble. Hope your kids stayed out of trouble. Because I see these team takeovers are still out of control because y'all don't know how to control y'all kids. Listen, I told y'all before the summer started, grown folks ain't playing with y'all kids. A lot of y'all kids got beat up, hurt, or unalived this past weekend because they out here playing with grown folks. Please, 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 y'all need to reel y'all kids in. All right? Everything is not a game. You know, a lot of them is starting to find out the hard way, unfortunately. Sad. It's really, really sad. All right? It's really, really sad. And summer's almost over with. Summer's almost over with. Like we're in July right now. It's what? July the 8th? Summer's almost over. In a lot of states, the first week of August, kids is going back to school. So, yeah, man. But anyway, I do have a very, very special author coming on tonight. Very, very special author coming on tonight. But before we get to the author, story time with me. Now, y'all know every week I come on here, I tell stories about my life, military experiences, how I got beat up, jumped, you know what I'm saying, how my sexual experiences, things like that. Just things that happened to me in life, right? Things that happened to me in life. I mean, it is what it is. We've all had our experiences. So, since I have another author on here, I'm going to tell a story. Because I told a story last week about, I mean, the week before about how I missed English and it turned into a police chase. This one is not going to be as subtle. It's not going to be, well, that one was pretty wild too. But anyway, we will get to the story. So now, me, my siblings, I never forget it. I will never forget it. I'll never forget it. So, you know, we had books in our house. Back in the day when you had the Britannica encyclopedias in the house, right? We had the Britannica encyclopedias, stuff like that. We had, you know, books. We had a little bookshelf in the house. You know, our dad wanted to make sure that we were educated. There ain't nothing wrong with that. He wanted to make sure that we were educated. And what's the coincidence that I'm an author now? So who knows what the hell people doing with my damn books? So anyway, so dad would be like, all right, y'all make sure y'all read this or y'all read this. Or if he would quiz us, he'd like, go to the encyclopedia, find this. Go over there to, you know, because he had the whole Britannica encyclopedia. And you know those things cost money. So all this little ass whooping that we got, we earned. So we decide, hey, let's go to the playground. During the summertime, we just want to be outside. Young kids. We just want to be outside. And we like, it was a lot of kids around our neighborhood at the time. So we thought, okay, let's go down the hill to the playground. That playground is gone now. It's long gone. Because it's all old people around there now. But anyway, I say, yeah, let's go to the playground. So we go down to the playground. We have a good time. We go back to the house at lunch. We used to leave the house at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning during the summertime. And wherever we went. We would wind up in the city. We would wind up at the swimming pool in Sea Plaza. We would wind up in the woods somewhere on the other side, of where we lived at. But it was always, we always found our way home before the streetlights because we knew what would happen in the streetlights. So anyway, We go down there and we go home for lunch. My dad is gone out doing his thing. My mom is in there taking care of the little kids. So me and the oldest ones, we're like, hey, I was like, let's take some of these encyclopedias down. Let's take some of these encyclopedias down to the playground. You know, sit down there and read. You know, we were playing catch with them, going back and forth, boom, boom, boom. We took like 5 of them. And remember, Encyclopedia Britannicas cost money back in the day. So we tossed them back and forth. Yeah, we're going to read, right? So we get down there to the playground. We sit in the playground. We going down the slide. We just got the book sitting on a little table over there. We're going down the slide, running back up the slide. We jumping out the swing. We just having a good time, not paying no book, no mind, right? Till one of our friends, I'm going to leave his name unknown, say, come on, y'all, let's go in the woods. I said, okay, cool. And we used to have a place called, and we didn't go, we called the clubhouse early, later, but we had a place in the woods we used to go to where we put some chairs that we stole back there and all stuff and hang out just in the woods. We always had to get checked for ticks every day. So we get in the woods and we got our encyclopedias with us. A friend who came showed up, and guess what he had on him? Some goddamn matches. Some matches. He had matches, right? So I was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? What we about to do back here? We about to sit back here and read. You know what I'm saying? He started playing with the magic, throwing them at us. We're like, no. I hit him with the book. Stop. Right? So he grabbed some sticks, grabbed some leaves, all that stuff, lights it on fire. So now we out there thinking we camping. We around a little fire, doing our thing. My dumb ass say, well, let's make the fire bigger. So this is the second time the neighborhood industry had to do this, because the first time we caught the stuff on the woods before. So we go back there. So I start tearing pictures out the expensive ass Britannica encyclopedias, start throwing it in the fire. Making the fire big. We like, yeah, the fire. Right? So I said, forget it. I just threw the whole book in. And let me tell you, those covers do not burn fast at all. The pages was burning, and then the fire got big. So me being the oldest of everybody in the house, guess what my siblings do? They started doing the same thing. Throwing it in there. Next thing you know, this fire is big as hell. And we like, yeah, we out there playing, jumping around, like, yeah. Running around circles around the fire, holding each other's hands, you know what I'm saying, singing, stuff like that. So the fire got so big, one of my little brothers grabbed the book, the last piece of a book, and threw it in there. Finally, all of the covers of these books started catching. And when I say they just started crackling, the fire got huge. It was like a combustion. We like, oh my God. Oh. So we did like this. We tried to kick dirt on it, try to put it out on stuff, but the fire got too big. It got too big because the covers that came. So the trees around us, the leaves, and the trees around us started catching on fire. Us as kids, guess what we did? We panicked. Oh my God, we need to do something. We doing everything. I'm already crying because I know the ass whooping is coming later on for even fucking up the encyclopedias. I'm throwing dirt on there, everything, and it's just not working. And then I hear a voice, hey man, what the hell going on back there? Blah, blah, blah. So we try to take, instead of going in, coming back out by the way of the playground, we went behind the houses, in the woods behind the houses, so we can try to get up the hill. Boom, boom, boom. But we dumb, young kids. He saw us. He go back there. He sees the fire. He's like, man, blah, blah, blah. And that's one, right? So I said, okay, cool. He goes back there, fire hose. He could not get put out. So they had to call the fire department. Fire department come, and a big chunk of the woods was on fire. So they was out there hosing this shit off for a minute, because we ran and we tried to hide by the fence. We was watching them try to hose it off before it got to the houses. Man, it made it all the way close to the playground. And that plastic would have stopped melting, it would have been bad. But anyway, so They finally get the fire out. We get home. Boom, 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 boom. When we get to the house, the dude that lived over there in the street was already parked in the driveway. We was like, oh shit. My dad's car was there. My mom was outside, and they was out there talking. We come walking up. It's like, we was like, hey, you know, then Mr. So-and-so. My dad said, get y'all ass in the house. Now, y'all already know what time it is. I was like, no, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We already cried. We already know we about to get our ass beat. So, only thing we saw was the encyclopedia cover, the one that didn't burn all the way. And you know what part of the damn encyclopedia did not burn all the way? The part that had our address on it. The part that had our address on it. And he grabbed it before the fire department could get to it and held it because he already knew we were going to get punished anyway. So he get in the house. Soon as we get in the house, I already heard him try to climb up underneath my bed. I was like, it's only room for one more underneath here. My sister went and tried to hide somewhere. Boom, boom, boom. My dad already knew I had a spot. Grabbed me by my leg, put me under there, and was belt to ass. He had me in the air, spin me around, boom, boom, boom. He didn't care about us setting the wheels afire. Well, he did, but he didn't. He cared that we burned them expensive ass encyclopedias instead of reading them. And I think that's one of the reasons I became an author, because I want to make sure that everybody's opening books and reading so they don't have to go through the shit that I went through. I got my ass beat, burned down the woods. My siblings got their ass beat, but I got it the worst because I was the oldest. I was the first one to throw it in there because, you know, once you start getting your ass beat, you start telling. And I did. I was the first one to throw it in, but so-and-so had the matches. I don't know what happened to him, but I know what happened in the schoolhouse. It was punishment for everybody. We couldn't go outside for a week, and we got beatings, and we got the worst chores of our life. Now, with that being said, reading this fundamental over the books instead of burning them. And that's story time with me. For sure, that's story time with me. Yeah. I thought I got my ass tore up. And then I got hit with a wooden ladle. I got hit with a belt. Man, my sister got a little piece of extension cord because my mom went in there. But now, as I'm older, that was child abuse, but that was fair judicial punishment in the Black community, especially in my house. Go out there and play if you want. That's why I'm so structured and disciplined now. All right, so look, that's one of the reasons I started writing. So with me being a writer and an author, I think it's pivotal to have other authors and writers on the show, right? Other authors and writers. And I have a very, 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 very special author on tonight. I'm talking about From the Belly of the Beast. And I think that's the name of the show tonight, because I have author Belly on the show. And we're going to get into the reason why she's a writer, how she got started, and things to that nature. Now, coming to the stage, Miss Author Belly.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Good. Now, I don't know if you had any book stories like that, but you know,
I do. I have a couple.
when you was burning books.
Not burning, but when I was younger, I had forged like a check when I was like 5 to order books. So yeah, don't hold me.
I did the same thing. I did it for the Scholastic Book Fair, and I did it.
Yeah.
I did it for that, and for the little science fair boards, trifold boards.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I did it for that and some books for Scholastic, and man, they gave the teacher permission. This is way back in the day. They gave the teacher permission to take me to the bathroom and beat me.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, see, now you're too young to remember those days.
No, I don't think so. I think we could be about the same age, actually.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Damn. But now, I've told you, I've lived a wild life. I've done some wild things. And my memory, I guess as I'm getting older, my memory's getting better. It's just I forget some of the little nuances, but for the most part, that's how the story goes.
Right, right. Yeah. I mean, I only get certain things because I'm a high school teacher, so that's the only reason why like I'm kind of with it.
Uh-huh.
And I also have like a teenage son, so there's
Okay.
that.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So now tell the people who you are.
So I'm Belly and I wrote a book. I'm also a mom. I'm also a high school teacher for 22 years. Um, also a cancer survivor, as well as there's so many things, now like I'm an author. So it's like, it's pretty cool, to
Yeah,
have that.
yeah. So let me ask you this right now. You said you're a high school teacher, right?
Yes.
So now with the education system being where there's no kids left behind and stuff like that, and since you're author, I know you're big on reading, writing, the fundamentals, right?
Right.
So what kind of declines have you seen since no kids left behind has been passed with these kids when it comes to fundamental things like that? I'm just
Well,
asking
I
as a
mean,
teacher.
it's it's bleak. I don't want to say like it's really tough just because of AI, right?
Hmm.
So like the idea behind it is great. Everybody has access. However, a lot of kids don't know how to read, so like they can easily search things up without having to read or research.
Yep.
So like they like there's been research that has said that like this generation that's growing up and stuff will not will not be like what's the word, like every generation is supposed to get smarter, right?
This is the one that's not.
Generation will
Yeah,
not.
this. Yep. I
Yeah.
think we the generation before this one, the because we're in generation what Alpha again, Generation Z, Alpha
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the millennials was the last of the learning curve. I think we're going to start seeing the
Yes.
decline. And I
Right.
say this all the time. Social media. Now we're starting to see the effects of social media. We
Right.
start with AI. We haven't even cracked the surface of AI yet.
No, we have
So
not. Yeah.
yeah, so we're starting to see the decline, the social media decline with everybody from ages 14 to 25, right?
Right. Hmm.
And there's no desire. Like these kids can't read cursive. There's no
No,
desire to learn.
they can't tell time
They
on
can't
a
tell
regular.
time.
Right.
Yeah, they. I mean, I mean, how does that affect you being an educator? How does that affect you? How does that make you feel though?
It's like you have to really adapt to whatever the trend is going and everything. Like I've been doing this for 22 years, and this is like probably the first time in my life where I'm just like, wow, how am I gonna outdo AI, right?
Yep.
Like I can't, except for having like students actually talk about experiences that are related to like historical like events and everything like that. So I teach history, so it's like, it has to be relatable, it has to be current, it has to be,
Hmm.
like kids have to understand it to like have a connection towards it. And that's a lot with teaching. You have to connect it with the kids and their current day and current events that they're going through.
You know what's going to make you feel old? Like it's going to make me feel old. Think about this: when we was in school, we was learning about the Civil War. We was learning about stuff like that. In the history books now, they got 9/11.
Oh, it's like
Yeah,
stuff now, right? COVID.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
kids the kids now these days, like they 9/11, they feel like they're very far removed from it.
yeah, yep,
So like the most current thing for them is COVID,
yep.
you know? So it's like 9/11's like, oh, they're like, oh, you were born in the 1900s.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. It does make me feel old when I would have to put in my date and I have to keep swirling that number thing back. It'd be like,
Oh, absolutely.
it
Right.
feel like I'm playing the Wheel of Fortune or
Right.
The Price
Yeah,
is Right.
I know. Like not long ago, it wasn't so far back.
Yeah.
So now it's like way, way, way back. It's like, wow, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you this, right? So with you being an educator and a history teacher and that, right? Is this something that encouraged you to start writing books, become an author?
Um, you know, I wrote this book for myself at first, and then it just kind of sort of like transitioned into like writing it for like other people as well, and sharing their stories. And so like, for me, I love culture, I love food, I love community, I love politics.
Mhm.
So all of that combined together, was all connected through food and community.
Okay.
So I was, the way the book came about was not just because of the fact that like kids didn't understand, what current event was. It was just more the like, there was no connection.
That,
The only connection that they had was like through media, and it wasn't real. Because I struggled with that with my own son as well. Like, I was like, hey, let's go see this, and stuff. He's like, why? Well, I could just scroll and look at it online. I'm like, it's not the same. You can't smell the air. You can't touch. You can't like just be in that moment of like that space.
yeah, I agree. A lot of these kids are socially detached. Like I give you an example, right? I give you an example. Um, we'd be in the club. Say me and you were in the club, right? And I'm looking at you. I'm like, damn, she's smoking hot. Like, oh, she's smoking hot. Instead of me engaging right then and there, right?
Right.
I will go home and find you on social media and send you a
Right.
DM and
Yeah.
send you a DM instead
Right.
when I was right there in front of your face. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
And you in the lounge or something, everybody's on the phone looking, trying to figure out who the person is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, y'all really don't understand how important social interaction is.
It's
Social interaction,
absolutely crucial.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody they so, and that's why we have so many issues with mental illness, depression, things like that. When you socially detach yourself from what you're naturally supposed to be doing,
Right.
it never ends well. What,
Right.
yeah,
Right. And it's like, people, base what they see just on social media, and they have this expectation
yeah,
without having a real conversation with people. So like when you have that in your head already, like you have that expectation of the person to be a certain way because of what you perceive them to be, you
yeah.
never really get to know who that real person is.
That's
And
right.
so no conversation, like you can text messages only can do so much, but there's no tone to it. There's no like, you know, going back and forth, no like vernacular between two people. So, it's really difficult to like
And, and,
have relationships like that.
and I think it's important. That's why, like, I remember when my sons were younger, because I have a 18 and a 20-year-old, right? And I used to tell them, I used to force them to go outside. I was like, hey, go outside, go play. Like,
Right.
no video games today. Go outside, go play. And they would get mad. Why do we have to go outside? And then they come back in all sweaty, thirsty, and hungry. Like, yay, I had fun. I said, see, I
Yeah.
told you. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Same with me. Like it's like pulling teeth, having my son to go outside and do something.
uh,
But once he's out, then he's good, but like it takes a while for him to get out of bed or like to like encourage him, let's go do something.
yeah.
But for
I,
him, video games is king for him right now. So
and so and that's one of the things, like as far as education, reading, writing, stuff like that. There's motivation levels that come with that as well, right?
right.
Like it's a healthy habit, and right now we live in a society where healthy habits are discouraged. Like I like working out, I like reading, I like writing books, things like that.
Right.
These youngest will lay around and sleep all day. They will eat fast food every day. They won't read, they won't write, but they will ask you how to do something. If they can't
Right.
find it on YouTube, they will ask you. I'm like, well, the instructions right there. Read the instructions.
Right. My son does the same thing.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
ask me a question and I'm like, just Google it.
Google it,
Or he's
read
like,
it.
I don't know if it's worth it, mom. And I'm like, you want to
What?
know too? Like, why
Yeah,
can't you just do it?
yeah. Yeah.
So
So now, with you being a writer, so what is your book about?
it's basically like a travel memoir, but it started off being like, oh, I'm gonna go into different cities and discover different foods and everything. And it kind of the food thing became like more of like a doorway to like humanity.
Okay.
So like the way I started the book was I had like this idea of like, oh, I'm going to interview people that are from the city and I'm going to like, you know, shine on like the culinary scene and everything. But then it kind of took a turn on its own where like the people that I had lined up to interview, they kind of like bailed. So
Uh,
then I had to start all over. And I was in New York City at the time. So it was like I was like, shoot, like what am I gonna do? Right? I'm here for like 10 days. I need to like do something. So I called a couple people and I got lucky, really,
uh,
really lucky. And I got hooked up with the right people. And, it just kind of the book kind of took like, a life of its own. And it just went with like I like interviewed these guys and stuff and a girl, a woman, and they basically, gave me like the insides of their culture
Mm.
and as well as like, living in New York City, how was it like? And like, the food and like the scene and the historical,
Yeah, because
background.
because in New York, it varies by the borough. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? It does. Like you'll get more fine scale dining in Manhattan. You go to the Bronx, you gonna get like Puerto Rican food. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Okay, you know that you go to like Brooklyn, you gonna get something different there. Like it varies by the borough.
right. Yeah. So like I had quite an array of people, but one was from Harlem, the other person was from Queens, and I
Mm-hmm.
think another person was from the Bronx. So I
Yep.
had a little bit of everything, and but like the idea behind it was like it just kind of like blossomed into something totally different, and I
Uh-huh.
didn't think like I was going in like, oh, let's do a fun book, but then it got really deep, so I was just like, okay, I like this, like I like depth. I like people that talk about like, things that happened and like how things like, transpire between two cultures and like family life and
Uh-huh.
food,
Uh,
so
yeah, so now let me ask you this right now. You said you're a cancer survivor. Thank you for still being here. I'm
oh,
glad you survived the fight. You
thank
know,
you.
that is very, very important that you're out here telling your story. Did with you being if you don't mind me asking, what kind of cancer did you have?
I had breast cancer, stage
Breast.
2. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're still here.
Yeah.
Look
Thank
like look like you're still holding on over there.
you.
Now,
They're not
um,
real.
now with you being a breast cancer survivor, um, did you think was that impactful you and impactful for you writing your travel memoir? Like you like shit, fuck it, I have to do this now.
So it was crazy because like a lot of people were telling me like you maybe should write a book about it, and I was like, but I don't want to be known as this like cancer survivor. Not that it's like a badge of like, like negativity, but it's like I feel like people are like, oh, you're a cancer survivor. And it's like, no, but like there's way more to me than just that.
Yeah.
It was just like, one day it just kind of like came to me and I was just like, okay, like, this is like post cancer, like where's my life going to go now?
Yep.
Like how has this changed me? And it changed me in like incredible ways that I didn't think that could. I thought that my life was going to be a certain way. And
Uh-huh.
then afterwards, it just like transpired into something completely different that I had no idea that it was going to happen. Like nothing in my trajectory of like my dreams, you know what I mean? Like I never
Yep.
thought about the possibilities until like, I don't know, like, it's like going beyond your potential and like not knowing that you had that potential in the first place.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And you know, there are tons of books out here about cancer survivors and things like that. But the way you did like a travel memoir, like let's talk about culture. Let's bring people together this way.
Right.
It's unique. No, I've never like I know people that write about their lives and their travels, but for you to go out and write different experiences, cultures, things like that to unite it, that's unique, right? Very,
Right.
very unique.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's just, it was very, it kind of like just kind of piqued my creative juices. Right. So I was like, oh my God, like I can actually think outside the box. Like, it was crazy, like when it comes to you, there's an epiphany and you're just like, wow, I didn't know I could do this. And
Yeah.
like when it just comes, it just flows. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I just went with it like water, like just flow with water, as water does.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so now, um, how long have you been writing?
So my first book, well, obviously, I just published it this year, so in January. Was working on it since 2024. Um, it was like, a lot of it was very much like therapeutic. And it made me realize a lot of things about just people and how like, you never know what pieces of you are missing until
Mhm.
you kind of engage, yourself and be vulnerable with other people. And you're just like, wow, like I feel like I just got a piece of puzzle of like who I am from this person because now I get it, like I understand a little bit of who I am and like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. So and that's similar. I feel the same way, right? So that's why like I travel a lot. I cruise a lot. Like I've been to all 50 states. I'd have lived in Alaska. I'd have lived in Asia. I'd have lived everywhere, right?
mhm,
So I feel like while I was in the army, I went to combat 4 times. I feel like I lost a little piece of myself every time I went. I would come back less
Right.
and less of me. So
Hmm.
um so now I'm out here communicating, I'm talking to people. Like that's why I travel so much, because I want to hear people in their stories. And I feel every time I do that, I gain more of me back.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
I can feel you and relate to you in
Right.
that manner for
Right.
sure.
Yeah, the conversations were very authentic. Obviously there was like nervousness and everything, and like my first chapter for New York City, I was just like, I'm not CNN, but I have questions, like I have questions that I want to know about culture, and I want to know about your favorite meals and like why they're your favorite meals. Like, what does it symbolize? Like, take me back.
Yeah,
And so that was like a big connection because like there's a common thread amongst like all cultures, right? And
yeah,
a lot of it has to do with food and like when people come together for food,
yeah,
even through traumatic events, happy times, or like just having a day-to-day dinner,
yeah.
right? Then you start conversation, and then things happen, moments happen.
I'm talking about at baby showers, there's good food. At funerals, there's good food. Like
Right.
you know, that's like
Yeah.
there's always
All
the
related.
meal.
Yeah.
So I know what you didn't have in the book. You ain't had nobody black ass take you to the hood. I would have took you to the hood. Like, come on, let me take you over here now. Stay in the car. Let me make sure it's safe first. Like, we gonna get you some food.
Well, I mean, like I live in LA, so I'm very familiar. I'm not very far from South Central, so and I work in a somewhat like urban high school. So
Okay.
mhm.
Okay. So you know what it's like then.
Yes.
You're like, okay, all
Not
right.
as much like because since you're from the DC area, it's like it's called the DMV, right? Like
Yeah,
that
the DMV. Yep.
DMV, right? So it's like I know the East Coast is like very starkly different from the West Coast and everything, but I did go to school in Delaware, so I kind of have an idea ish,
Yeah.
not like a full fledged.
You know how in California you can go to Oakland, LA, and San Diego, and it's somewhat the same. Like the people somewhat, they somewhat the same, like same kind of lingo, language, stuff like that. Here, New York, Philadelphia, the DMV, and Baltimore, all different dialects, all different things they eat. Here we eat chicken wings and mambo sauce, and
Right. I need to
and
try that.
yeah, oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see, we had chicken wings and mama sauce here.
I need to try
Hey,
that.
Philly, they got the Philly cheesesteaks. In New York, you know what I'm saying? They got a thing. You know, it varies by where you are on the East Coast. Like, because California is so big. Like, it's
Right.
so big. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, y'all got In-N-Out burgers. Here in the DMV, we may have, say, um, we have, say, something local to here. Mm,
The
we say,
sauce, the sauce, the mumbo sauce, right?
We have the mambo
That's
sauce.
that's that's
Yeah,
super. Like
that's our thing.
right,
That's our thing. Like, and then you have Max's in Philadelphia, and then in New York, depends where you go by the borough, what special meals they have. You can go to Atlanta, and they have places like vegan soul food and places like that. So
right,
like it varies like by where you are for
right.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, in the Bay Area and here in LA and then down south, I mean, like everybody has like their own specialty.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, I've been fortunate enough to live down south in San Diego for my undergrad, so like I kind of know the area. I was just there like this past weekend for Fourth of July,
Okay.
and I was talking to my son, I'm like, "Do you want the California burrito down there? Because it's kind of different from up here from LA." And he's like, "Sure," and stuff. So like I went and came back the same day, and he's like, "Yeah, it's totally different, mom." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a San Diego thing for sure."
And I can tell you, I lived in Louisiana for 4.5, 5 years. No, it's 200 degrees down there, heat, 100% humidity, and all of them weigh over 300 pounds. Big backs, they eat everything,
Right? Yeah.
everything. When I say everything, boudin. That's the pig intestine stuff with rice and all this stuff.
Right.
Uh, they eat chicken stuffed crabs. They eat like I'm talking about crackling. They eat gator, deer, raccoon,
Mhm.
gator, like you name it. They eat it down there, and then they make combinations of this stuff. You can go in the. They sell buffets of food in gas stations down there.
They
They sell
do.
they sell liquor,
They do.
and and buffets of food. Like you can go get 5 wings, a fifth of Jack, and some Gatorades at the gas station.
Right. Yeah. Like I was in New Orleans like not too long ago for I think Memorial Day weekend,
Uh-huh.
and we landed. So my girlfriends live in Texas. So we landed in New Orleans and we were all there like after midnight. And
Uh-huh.
they're like, let's go get some fried chicken. And I was like, sure.
Yeah,
They're like, we're gonna go to the store down the street. And I'm like, it's just like a normal like liquor store.
yeah,
And it's like there's like a little like side part of it where it's like they're selling all like the fried chicken and all, all the good stuff.
yeah.
And I was like, dang, like it's like 24 hours
Yeah,
too.
yes, it's 24
It's
hours. And
crazy.
the kitchen never closes. And then everything be
Right.
fresh. I'm talking about everything be fresh. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I said tell it to people all the time. If you want some good gumbo and stuff like that, you get that in New Orleans. But if you want real Louisiana food, you gotta go in that I-10 corridor uh between Gonzales and Lake Charles. And on that I-10 stretch, you get better gas station food than you get in restaurants in New Orleans.
I might have to look it up.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, just do a road trip down I-10.
Yeah, I definitely have to because the unfortunate thing about being a traveler and actually doing like food content and everything is the fact that like you never do like the area justice because you can only eat so much and you're on a limited amount of time.
Yep.
So it's like, it's a concentrated area that you actually have the experience of, but I know it's vast, right? Just like California, like, there's a lot to try, there's a lot to go to and have, but like it's like, I need like a month, like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean?
And I like the hole in the wall restaurants. I don't want to go to no commercial restaurants. I remember I was in Houston, I was in Midtown, and I wanted to look for some vegan soul food. And it was a place, I looked it up, I found it. It was like Mr. Vegan Soul Food, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was right across the street from the projects, and it was in this rinky dink trailer. I'm talking about like it was like leaning forward. It's like I don't even know how they were standing up in the back. But
Right,
the food was so good. I sat down and ate everything before I even made it back to the car.
right.
It was
Yeah, like some of the best Indian food is sold in like in Detroit gas stations.
yeah, yeah.
It's kind of crazy. So it's like, I don't know, like it's very, I feel very fortunate that I have that ability to even get the opportunity to experience things like that because not everybody does,
That's
and
right.
it's like, it's really crazy because you think of culture as like this homogeneous like thing and it's not. It's like
It's
it spreads and
yeah,
and it's very diverse and it comes together with people and with families and
yeah.
the other cultures.
Yeah, especially like so. I've been on 6 cruises this year, so I make sure that I go to different spots when I like cruise, like different
Yeah.
islands and stuff like that. And as soon as I get off the ship, I'm like, hey man, take me to the hood. I need real food, I need real drink, and I want to. If a strip club open, take me there too. I'm like, sir,
There for the chicken wings.
yeah, I'm going for the chicken wings. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, sir, they be like, sir, it's 9:30 in the morning. I'm like, so what?
Yeah,
It's
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
5 o'clock somewhere. I'm on vacation.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Where
But
have you
yeah,
gone on your cruises?
so far this year I've been to the Bahamas. I've been to Bahamas, Grand Cayman, Grand Turk, Cozumel, uh, Costa Maya, the Honduras, Montego Bay, Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. I've been in a lot of places this year. Cabo, Ensenada. Because I cruised from LA earlier this year too. Yeah, Cabo, Ensenada, La Paz. Um, let me see. There's been a few places. Progreso, Mexico. Where else? Yeah, I've been in quite a few places this year.
And what was like the most memorable place that you went to?
Oh, they all memorable to me. The parts I can remember anyway. I be halfway in my drink package.
What was like something you tried that you've never tried before?
um, food.
Yeah.
Uh, I was about to say, yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I try wild shit all the time. Food. I think the most memorable food that I had, I think was in Belize. And Belize, I forgot the name of the dish, but it was phenomenal. It was like a corn wrap, and it had like stuffed beef in it, and but it wasn't an empanada though, but it was like good. And then they put this special seasoning on it, and they had like a little bit of chicken in it too. This was like when I went to Belize like a while ago. Um, Everywhere else, like the Dominican Republic food is always good. Um, but a lot of other places they kind of commercialize now for tourists. So it's like, and Grand Cayman, you better eat before you get off the boat because everything there is expensive.
Right. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
crazy these days.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, Grand Cayman has always been like that though.
I have never been to Grand Cayman.
Oh yeah, and do it on the cruise. 'Cause if you go there for vacation, you coming out of pocket.
Okay.
Yes, you are coming out of pocket. Um, but I think that's awesome that you travel and you share your work experiences. Now, would you write another book?
I am like I want to start my second book. I need to launch this like I need to like fully launch this one. Like I kind of soft launched it in the beginning because I wasn't like confident about it, for lack of better words, because it's my first book. And a lot of me was in there and I was like, wow, everybody's gonna know like what I was like going through and what my mindset was.
Uh-huh.
It's like unarming, right? So and it makes you like really vulnerable because you're like strangers are gonna read this and they're gonna have their opinions
Yep.
and it's kind of nerve-wracking. So
Well,
um
meeting from author to author, sometimes you just gotta let it go. So,
oh yeah,
uh,
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, I was on what made me start writing. I was on a podcast years ago, and when I was on that podcast, everybody's talking about writing. They wrote books and all this stuff, and I said I'm gonna write a book, and then everybody started laughing. I said,
okay.
oh, okay. I wrote 2 books that same year, and now I have 3 books. I have 2 books that I have one that's about to release. I put out one early this year, and then my third one's gonna come out for Christmas. So I'm gonna put out 3 books this year, and then I get excellent feedback on it. But it's the fear of the unknown that's making
Exactly.
it good. That's
Right.
making it worth it. Any feedback is better than none at all.
Yeah, right. Like I totally agree with you. Like I had to like come to terms with it and tell myself like whatever happens,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna happen. Like it shouldn't matter about like, how I perceive like what I did or anything. Like, I did my best with what I knew at that time.
Yep.
So like, moving forward, if like anything else happens, like, like I can actually like write like a better book or more of me in there because there's parts of the book where I was just like, dang, like I didn't talk about this part, and it comes to you later and you're just like, dang, hindsight is 2020 because like you don't think about it at the time because you're so engulfed into like getting it done, right? So
Yeah, and then even with you doing even with you doing um your memories and all of that stuff from traveling and meeting culture and stuff like that, you can write a prequel to that book. Like what was it like growing up, the food you ate growing up and stuff like that, the people you
right,
met and the stuff they ate. It's like I'm bouncing ideas with you, bouncing
right,
ideas.
right,
See,
right,
you
right.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, bouncing ideas.
It's part of there. It's in there. That part's in there for sure. So that
Yeah.
part's in there. The second part, like I want to do a part two, which will be like, what other areas that I haven't like experienced food, and stuff. So like, like your area, like the DMV area, like I have not. I mean, DC is probably one of my favorite cities.
Mhm.
I had an
Uh-huh.
internship out there, and I was like, oh, I wanted to live out there. It was like all about DC.
Hold on. DC, or gentrified DC, 2 different places.
It was like by Georgetown, so
Oh, yeah,
near Georgetown. So I just want to preface that right now.
okay.
But yeah, I mean, it was just like really cool, and it was the first time I think I experienced like, public transportation and like with subways and everything and like doing it on my own and understanding the
Yep.
concept of it. It felt very freeing, right?
Yep.
And so I really loved it there. Unfortunately, like, things happened in life and I was called back to LA. So I had
Yeah.
to go back to LA.
And I can give you some recommendations for places for sure.
Yeah.
Alaska. I lived in Fairbanks, Alaska for 3 years. You got to go up there. You got to try the pike and the halibut for
Yeah.
sure.
Definitely, yeah.
And so there, I already told you about. Louisiana.
Right.
I would say probably somewhere like Lake Arthur, or Lake Charles, somewhere in between there. You know what I'm saying? You go to Steamboat Bill's. Their food is good, right? And they got other hole in the wall restaurants too. And then um, uh, the Richmond area. Here, the
Okay.
Richmond area, yeah, the Richmond area, they have some nice food spots. It surprised me.
Right. So like my thing is like I have to find people to interview as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have to like some of the chapters like I went in blind, like completely blind. And like it's kind of crazy how like the universe really looks out for you when you're like kind of like floundering. You're like, oh, what am I gonna do? And I want to say I was very fortunate because people really like kind of were like nice to me, and they were like, oh, this is amazing, like what you're doing and everything. I go, no, I just want to tell stories. Like I love storytelling. I love like just giving like cities their props, and just like it's all intermingled together. And I love culture. So and
Okay.
everybody, like just people in general, that's like not everybody's such a bad person,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So it's like I want to put some like emphasis on like just having like us as human beings and humanity, and like we are here together, and we're just trying our best. So
Yeah. No. Yeah. And that is believable. Now, let me ask you a couple questions.
sure.
Let me ask you, because we're at the segment of the show where I have some questions.
Okay.
All right. We're at the segment of the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number one, pertaining to your book, right? Pertaining to your book, to sell 1 million copies of it. 1 million copies. That's about 1 million copies. All the copies in the world. 1 million copies. New York Times bestseller, right? Because you got to start somewhere. You don't have to do nothing but attend a Diddy freak off. Would you go?
No. No. I mean, will there be cameras? No, I'm just
No.
kidding. No. Oh,
Okay.
I mean,
New York Times bestseller.
there's no cameras. So,
Your family will be rich for life.
I don't know if I can be sold like that. Like, it's just, where would my credibility be as a woman,
Yeah, very true. Very true. That's understandable, understood. But there are a lot of people that took the money.
Right. I know. I know you probably would, right?
No, anybody. No, I ain't about to be sitting there. Come on, daddy, come over and put some baby oil on my back. Like, no, I'm not. I'm
So
not.
you wouldn't either. If you could sell 1 million books and like,
No, because my first book is already a bestseller. Like, no, I'm not doing that. No,
yeah,
not no Diddy party. Now,
right.
if he locked me in the room with Cassie for the night, I was like, hell yeah, for sure. You'll get it back in the morning.
But but him watching is kind of weird.
Yeah, he be sitting over there, like, yeah, daddy, handle her. I'm like, no, get out of here. You're
Yeah,
ruining this experience. Get out,
right.
leave.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Question number two, right? Question number two.
Okay, let me take a deep breath. Okay.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
To be invisible
Wow.
so I can hear conversations.
What kind of you got to expound on this. What kind of conversation you want to listen for?
Like to get an edge up, I guess, on things. Like if somebody was like going back and forth about whether or not they're going to buy my book, like, I wouldn't know like what is it that they have issues with, or like what's making them hesitant,
So
if I was
so
going.
so let me. You would listen to you would spy on people that's talking about your books and not like a billionaire and listen to all these secrets.
I mean
Right?
that too, but like I mean that is a small example. Like I didn't want it to be too grandiose about like the potential of being invisible and stuff, and seeing and hearing everything.
So, because I would like to know insider secrets and stuff like that, right? I would like to know insider secrets and things of that nature. All right. So next question. Next
Okay.
question. All right. Now, you believe that reading is fundamental and stuff like that, right? Like knowledge is power and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe in it too, right? So to be the smartest person in the world, you can write all the books, you can write all the you can write all the novels, like you can be a speed reader, right? But in order to have that, you have to survive 5 minutes fighting 100 midgets. How long would you last?
Oh, I would totally last.
The whole 5 minutes?
I would totally last. Oh, absolutely. My son's a wrestler, so like just the other day I farmer carried him, and he's like 200 pounds. So
Oh, okay. So you got strong
he's
legs.
pretty strong. So
yeah, look, all right now. You got the guns over there, the guns. Okay.
So I think I'd be fine.
The whole 5 minutes, and you'd just be like the smartest person on earth. I think I would like time travel personally, and I would I know I would start dusting the little people off, but that's okay. That's something for another day. Okay.
But you're tall, so I'm not that tall. They may be able to like climb on me. So.
Okay. Now you're in LA, right?
Yes.
You're in LA.
Yes.
Okay. You travel all up and down California.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What city in California has the ugliest men?
Anything north of San Francisco?
What's north of San Francisco?
Like Mount Shasta, like.
It sounds like cavemen lived there.
Right. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's very diverse. I think that's my issue. And I've driven all the way up to Canada from LA, so I've seen a lot of California and beyond. So
yeah,
and I couldn't, and no shade to like Northern Californians that live up in that area and everything, but population is very low, so there's not a lot of selection. So
yeah. Look, I drove from Petersburg, Virginia to Fairbanks, Alaska. I did the drive, drove across the country, all that stuff. Now, there was a lot of ugly people in Petersburg, but when I started getting up in the Midwestern states, I was like, hey, what is going on out here? Like, where your teeth at? I just came to get some gas so I can leave.
Right.
Okay. So north of the Bay Area.
Just because it's like desolate, right? There's not a lot of people out there. So I mean, like, it's very the concentration of California is all in Los Angeles and San Francisco. So it's not like, there's a lot of people in Central California or like north of the Bay Area. So, it's very difficult, to like have like a solid selection of people, I guess you want to say,
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, okay. I get it. I kind of get it. All right, cool. Okay, last question I got for you.
This is fun. What about you? What about you?
Oh, out here? Oh,
anywhere.
Well, this is gonna sound fucked up, but I used to say the girls that live in the Richmond area look like slaves. So
I don't even have anything to say to that, but I can't believe you said that. Like,
I was like, y'all going to the fields today, huh? All right. See y'all later. I'm going down to Virginia Beach. So yeah. Okay. I give you two more questions then. Two more questions. All right, ready?
Yes.
Name one billionaire you would box for all they wealth.
Oh, Jeff Bezos. I would totally take him.
And Jeff Bezos, he's been training though. He's been training because remember him and Facebook guy was supposed to do a cage match.
Oh yeah, but I would totally take him.
I mean, he's rich. Why not? Why not Elon Musk?
I don't know. He's weird.
He is, and he's young. He's rich. He's the
I
richest
might
man in the
like.
world.
I just feel like with Elon Musk, there's some kind of like weird voodoo thing he might do on me. Like I don't know. He's sus because of that, and that's what I see in him, and I just don't. He just has bad vibes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Jeff Bezos, I just feel like he's Jeff Bezos. Like he's
Just
cool, right?
just some guy. Yeah,
He's just some guy. But Elon Musk has this weird, like sinister, like look to him. I don't know. Like I can't put my finger on it. So
me personally, I would probably do like probably like a Saudi prince or something like that, because they don't get that big. They be like this tall. They just got a lot of money, and they don't got its experiences hand to hand combat. So
I think they have to learn that as they're growing up because they have to join the military. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Most countries and stuff, like kids, boys have to go into like military training for their countries.
So now this is my thing right here, and I say this all the time. In Korea they had to do that. Like, as soon as you graduate, you have to do civil service, whether it be doing the rock army, the Katuzas. You have to join the ambulance, the policeman, fire. You do that.
Mhm.
I firmly believe America would be a better place if we forced all our kids to do 1 year of civil service, right? Because some of them might join the army and like it, right? I didn't think I was going to like the army. I just wanted to do 3 years and get in and get out, right?
Right.
But I wound up liking it. I was like, oh, I like this. It's money. I mean, I got health care, all this stuff. My kids gonna have health care. They're gonna have college. They paying for college for me in here. So I started liking it. And then not only that, it gives the youngest structure. Like, it gives you a little structure, a little discipline.
Right.
So when you get out here in the world, you become a productive citizen.
No, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And I think structure is great for kids, and kids thrive on structure.
Yep.
So it's like those kids that never had structure and stuff, it probably would benefit them the most.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm big on when people be like, oh yeah, man, I don't know what I want to do. I said, join the military. You're still young. Join. You can retire. I retired when I was 38.
Right.
Join the military.
Right. Yeah.
I'm heavy on that. Like, what you waiting on? Join the Air Force. I ain't telling you go do the hardcore stuff that I was doing, but just
Right.
join.
Because
right?
you were in combat, right? You said?
Yeah, I went to combat 4 times. I ain't saying go do what I was
Which
doing.
ones which ones did you go in for combat? Afghanistan?
I did 1 in Afghanistan, 3 in Iraq.
3 in Iraq, okay.
Yep. I was like, yeah, and Afghanistan, them motherfuckers can fight. When I say they can fight, they can fight. I was like, I never want to say that. I would probably go back to Baghdad just to visit. But going, they didn't have no lights over there, no traffic lights, no traffic laws. They didn't have, most of the troops are blown away from IEDs and roadside bombs. You get killed over the people that got killed over there. They just left on the side of the street, didn't recover the bodies. Like, I was like, never again. That place was terrible.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But I'm like still interested in like seeing, like being there just to see how it is, today.
Really, in Afghanistan?
Just to see it, I know it's like it's so controversial and everything, but I feel like
fly to Kabul, and once if you can even fly to Kabul, you're gonna look out the window of the airport and you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I seen it. I'm ready to go.
That's what a lot of people have told me. They're like, there's nothing to see. Like, absolutely nothing to see there. And I said, you're right, there's not, but like,
and I want you to think about this. The Afghanis have been fighting since the beginning of time. Remember, they was talking about when Alexander was on his march. Remember, he was trying to head far east, right?
Right.
Everybody said that he made it to India before he was turned around. But before he was turned around. But all of his major troubles came in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Right. So they have been fighting for a long time. They ran the British out there, ran the Russians out of there. Mm-hmm. Only people that they are still there in that country right now are the Chinese. And it's because the Chinese have, like, they're working with them. And they got a stronghold in the South. Yeah. Everybody else, they done ran up out of there. They're like, nope, you come here, you better be ready to fight.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I just it's interesting just because of like like the women, that are there still and stuff. So it's like I'm curious. I know there people are like, there's nothing to be curious about. They're very like, you, you can't, they can't talk. They're not allowed to do a lot of like the normal day-to-day things and whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in their homes and everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like not in public, but in their homes, they probably do have some sort of voice. I'm
And,
hoping, you
and,
know.
and then it's hard for them to flee because even the women in their circles are so dedicated to the men. Like say there's a women's group and they start talking about, hey man, we need to get out of here, we need to flee. Three of the women in that group is going to go back and tell their husbands, and those women are going to get executed for trying to leave. Like
Right.
it's bad.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
no, I know it's bad. I mean, it's like there was the controversy of the U.S. pulling out of there as well, right? Like,
yeah.
like how the Taliban was going to take over and just like kind of like put women backwards.
Same thing we did in when we left Iraq. We left all our stuff there. We left equipment for them. We left generators there for them. We left like us here. This is for your army.
Right.
Didn't give them no training. The Afghani when we left, the Afghani army fell in 3 days.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
It,
Right?
yeah, it fell in 3 days.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like it's like one of those things with US and stuff, like intervening in a lot of countries. It's like they kind of, it's hard to like see countries that can't fend for themselves after we leave,
yeah,
you know? And
yeah,
so like, they always say there's a difference between like charity versus like giving people like the opportunity to actually like build on their own. And so with charity, you're always dependent on it. You never get a leg up, right?
yeah. Hmm.
But if you were to help the community or help the country, you actually build and stand on their own, that would be a different kind of life that they would have, instead of you when you leave, you're leaving it basically the way it was, but just without your support.
Yeah, yeah, no, and that's true. I'm telling you, that is very, very true. And I was like, man, look, and then especially when we was in Iraq, there was a lot of times that we would see the people out there on the street and everything, and I was like, hey, why are we here? They don't want us here. The regime is gone, all that stuff. But at least they had some kind of, they had structure there. Like they had buildings, they had schools, they had all
Mhm.
that stuff. Man, listen, Afghanistan, they had stoplights, they had like traffic designs, they had like Iraq was a civilized place until all the war stuff happened. Over there, nah,
Right.
none of that. There was none of that. And literally, we used to go to this place called Killer Guy, and in Killer Guy, you had to go through this tunnel, and literally there were big old holes blown in the side of the tunnel, and if you went too far to the road with your vehicle, you would fall off the cliff because we was at the top of a mountain. You would fall off the cliff and just be gone. So everybody was kind of hugging the wall with their vehicle so they fall off the edge. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
But you couldn't see like a wide view of everything. It was just like that was it that you can see.
Yep, you see, especially like when the sun came all the way up and you look beyond the fog, you can see how deep the drop off was. It was like, I was like, oh yeah, ain't nobody make it. Something go down there, ain't nobody gonna make it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's
It was bad. It was bad. But yeah, so okay, here we go. And so what we never got into, but we're gonna get into after this, right? This last question, right? Which one do you think you would survive longer in? Right? A zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion?
I would. I don't know. I think maybe an alien invasion. I think. I don't know. I mean, zombie apocalypse, like, I have the skills to, like, kind of have the skills to survive.
Uh-huh.
However, like,
And we're not talking about the Walking Dead ones. We talking about the ones that can actually run.
I used to be a runner. No, I don't know. I mean, I think, like, probably an alien invasion. I'm like the type of person that's like, oh, I guess this is it. Like, like,
Yeah.
whatever, do what you will, because how am I gonna fight that off, right? Like, and
Yeah,
how am I gonna live on my own by myself with no resources? That's difficult. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Have you seen that show? This is The Last of Us, I think.
yeah. Yep, The Last of
So
Us.
that's
Yep.
how I picture myself, like, in that movie, like where I'm just like, this is it. Like, this is all we got.
This
Like,
is it. This is it. This is what we have.
right. Yeah. Especially the couple, that couple that actually, like, they were a gay couple, I think, and basically, like, one just he was like, I'm done.
I'm
You know,
done. I can't take it anymore. Yep.
there's no medication for me, like I'm only gonna last a few days. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, like I can see myself like in that situation, where I'm just like, oh,
We're
there's
out of
no
food. We're
there's
out
no
of
more
food.
water.
Yeah. And like I'm like, come on. I'm like, Belly, we can get some condensation off the roof.
I mean, if it was by myself, like I don't know if I would try as hard, but if I
Yeah.
was with someone else and someone else was like, let's go. And I obviously would go, I wouldn't be like, no, let them take me. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to do that. Yeah. No, we would be like each other's support system. And then
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens after that.
Now, one thing we didn't talk about? What is the name of your book? We never got to that. We talked about everything else except the name of your book.
Yeah, it's Belly Knows Best, part 1.
Belly Knows Best. And you're going to get Read of the Week this week. Belly Knows Best.
Yeah, part 1. Yeah, it's on Amazon on Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
You can find it on there. And then my website as well, like bellyknowsbest.net. And all my socials are the same. It's Belly Knows Best on TikTok, on IG, on YouTube, on
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna tag you on IG and YouTube and a lot of stuff. I'm gonna have a lot of snippets of this show for sure.
Oh, can I review it before you?
I
Or is it like a surprise?
No, look, only part I'm gonna edit out. Only part I'm gonna edit out is the part where my black dot that fell off that little minute. Everything else is gonna be in there.
Okay, everything's fair game.
Yeah, fair game. And it's been a good interview. Very, very good interview.
No, it's been good. I mean, I like your vibe. It's cool.
Yeah, see? And so now when you come to the DC area, boom, like, come on, chicken wings and mambo sauce.
Yeah.
On everything. They get you a half smoke.
Right. I mean, like, I'm actually looking forward to that because I haven't been to that area, like, in such a long time. I always go to New York because my brother lives in New York. So, but like the DMV area, like Maryland, like, I really want to go to Maryland because I want to try the crab. I
the crab cakes and everything. Yep.
Right. Lobster's Boston, though, right?
Yeah, lobster's Boston. We have blue crabs.
You guys have blue crab. Yeah, I want to try that. Like, we have blue crab out here too, but I don't think it's the same.
No.
Yeah, right.
I was a big, like, big. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. In Virginia, I haven't been to Virginia in like ages. So
yeah. Well, it's a lot for you to do. Now, you already told everybody where they can find you. I tell everybody where they can find you at again.
Oh, bellyknowsbest.net, which is my website. The book is on Amazon Kindle, and you just have to put in Belly Knows Best Part 1, and it'll pop up with my face on it. So you'll see that, and all my handles are the same from IG to like TikTok to YouTube, etc., etc.
Yes, thank you, man. It was such a pleasure to have you on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Got a chance to talk a little bit, laugh a little bit, and not only that, I hopefully once people start viewing the show, they start purchasing your book. There's always usually an uptick of people buying stuff after people come on my show. It's fairly popular. It's fairly popular.
Okay.
Fairly popular.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I really appreciate the opportunity for sure.
Yes, indeed. I'm so glad that you were able to come on here, right? And I definitely have to have you back, especially once you come out here and we start talking about the traveling and the culture and all that stuff. It's going to be fun. I'm gonna document the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be fun.
You're gonna have like a camera with you the entire time. You're gonna record.
I'm gonna document everything.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm like,
we have to plan it.
Belly Knows Best Part 2.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
gonna be the first
absolutely.
person there. So let me tell you about the DMV.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah. And then like I trust me, like I've thought about it for the longest time. It's like, where am I gonna start my part two?
Yep.
And I have a girlfriend, in Texas, and her family came from Vietnam.
Uh-huh.
So like, I started with her dad. It's
Mm.
such a touching story. I was like, oh, maybe I should just start here,
Yeah.
with like Vietnamese people and like, their strife to get out here during the war and et cetera, right? So, but like, yeah, I mean, a lot of it, what I want to do is like just tell stories about people's lives, I mean, like,
Yeah.
if you want to, you can be part of it too for part two. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Like,
I would love that.
talk to me about your childhood. What
Yeah.
kind of traumas have you? No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
all of them. I would tell you everything. I remember one time I didn't want to eat my carrots, and my daddy, and he made me. He put the carrots in my face and opened my mouth and stuffed them down my throat, and then he kicked me in the butt and told me to go to sleep.
Right, right. We're gonna go a little bit deeper than that, but
Yeah.
we'll
I
let the
know.
conversation flow because it's like the best like interviews that I've had are the ones that just kind of organically happen, and we just end up talking about these like very deep things within families,
Yep.
and you're just like, wow, like, huh?
Yep.
Every family has their like ish.
Yep. And like for instance, with me, and then a lot of people know this. I grew up vegetarian, so I didn't eat my first piece of like meat, burger, chicken, anything until I joined the service.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. So how was
Yep.
that like though?
It was good. I've been vegetarian now here for 8 years again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not vegetarian.
No, don't worry about it. I still know how to cook it, and I still know where they serve the best at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, with that being said, I'm glad you came on here, but now it's time for me to get this show rolling. Thank you.
Hi, thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too.
Oh, there we go. Boom. Oh yeah, that was a good show. Great show. Y'all make sure y'all check out Belly Knows Best. Belly Knows Best. Hear me. Belly knows best. Billy knows best. Billy knows best. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. All right. Belly knows best. All right. So this week, and I'm sorry, y'all, there ain't no dumbass of the week this week because my computer crashed. Right. I know y'all gonna miss it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I'll make it up to you once I get my computer back. All right. So, community event this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 downtown Largo is the Largo Farmers Market. The Largo Farmers Market. Literally, this Saturday from 10 to 2, Largo Farmers Market. All right. Go out there and support. It's gonna be a whole bunch of fresh grown fruits, veggies. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be people out there with all sorts of things that you would like. Okay. But go out there and support the business. Largo, 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 farmers market. Okay. Oh, look. No, Belly, you can go ahead and go. Thank you. I'll send you a message in the email. Thank you for coming on. Ah! All right. So, yeah, the Largo Farmers Market. All right. Boom. This Saturday from 10 to 2. This Saturday. We talking about July 11th. July 11th from 10 to 2. Downtown Largo. And that's my community event. All right. So my read of the week, I haven't read it yet, but I'm about to order me one. But since we just had Belly on here, the book of the week, the read of the week is Belly Knows Best Part 1. And the concept of the book is something that I never heard before, how she traveled memoirs, taking people culture and all that stuff. So that is a great idea. Now, she was just on here. She shared her story. She shared why she does it. She shared all the things she does, right? Please support Belly, right? IG, YouTube, all that stuff. Belly knows best. Part 1. I can't wait to be in part 2. I can't wait to read part 2. It's going to be interesting, and I'm here for it, all right? So, Belly, the read of the week is Belly Knows Best, part 1. All right? And that's my read of the week. Now, again, my computer's broke. I'm sorry, y'all. So, with my computer being broke, I can't give y'all no dumb ass of the week this week. So what I will say is stay y'all dumb asses out of trouble. You hear me? Don't make it to my show. Don't make it to my broadcast, because a lot of people really love that segment, dumb ass of the week. Do not make it. And I got some good ones lined up for you. I got some good, really, really, really good ones lined up for you. Trust me, great ones lined up for you. And these people deserve the highest honor, and I'm going to give it to them. All right? So stay tuned for all the dumbasses of the week coming up. You hear me? Now, with that being said, I want to thank everybody that's been supporting me, buying my books, supporting me watching the show, listening to the show, everything like that. Man, I've been at this for years, and it's, people coming on like Belly, Kira Shishkin coming on, like, saying, politicians coming on, stuff like that. So the notoriety is growing, and it's all because of y'all, for real. So I really, really want to thank everyone for the support, for real. Now, with that being said, I'll see y'all next week. Next week, I got, what I got next week? I'll leave it a surprise. You'll find out next week. But anyway, thank y'all so much, and let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah.